Tap in. Hey, I'm Cassian Crown, and this is your collective reading for your personal growth, for your beautiful energy, and just to see what's happening around you today. So let's tap into the energy and let's see what the universe and what God has to say to you today. Oh, we already got cards playing out. Intuition in reverse. So some of y'all might actually be feeling like there's a blockage going on right now and that there needs to be a cleanse happening. Whoa, wee. Ooh, wee. That's a strong energy to come out. So a lot of y'all might feel like there's big time blockages happening, that you might feel like your intuition may be clouded, or perhaps not just clouded, but also there might be maybe somebody coming in the way, and where you don't feel supported, where you don't feel like there's a lot of creation happening. So some of y'all might actually be feeling like there is a creative block going on, and that is intervening with your intuition. Oh my gosh, look, chaos just flew right on out. So chaos came out along with intense. So some of y'all might just be in the middle of a huge decision making situation here where you feel like you don't know which way to go, which is why your intuition has been blocked. The fact that support and creation are in between intuition and reverse and chaos lets me know that you feel like you're all alone in this decision making. Wow. And that is so intense that it is like this extreme degree of chaos where you just feel stuck right now, where you feel like you don't know which way to go. And then some of y'all might actually be experiencing some identity crisis that's going on here. So maybe this is like a long-term situation, or maybe this is something that's really deeply rooted where you have to make you're at the fork in the road. You have to make a huge decision, a huge choice in order to move forward. And I feel like a lot of times when we are in these types of situations where we have to make big time decisions, where we have to, it's either or, it's now or never. I feel like when we're in these situations, it does block our intuition because we're so busy looking at what's in front of us. We're so busy looking at what's happening around here and there with that person, with this person, that we're not taking a step back and we're like, okay, let me take a deep breath. Let me look at what's within and let me move forward from there. And that's normal. That's human. But I feel like this decision is so big and so powerful that it can actually reshape the way that you go about your life. So this is a big decision because look, it's sacred and there's a service attached to it. So perhaps what you might be stepping into, not only is this a big decision, but this decision is leading you on a serious life path where this is being marked in time. This is being marked by divine. So I feel like this is a huge transition, not just a transition, but a portal. So a lot of this support and creation. So some of y'all might feel like that you've actually built something with somebody, or you owe somebody some type of loyalty or allegiance just because y'all been together for a long time, or y'all supported each other for a long time, but now you've outgrown that relationship and it's time to move forward. That could be the case as well. And you staying in this situation is causing very intense chaos. You feel conflicted, perhaps even with the relationship or even just inside and what to do. And God is calling you to say, like, listen, where you are going, it is bigger than this relationship. What you are doing is bigger than what you have been keeping yourself in. And I feel that that we outgrow relationships, we outgrow situations all the time. And I never pretend that it's easy to just walk away. I never pretend that. And I know that social media has made it uh very easy to say, oh, you can do it by yourself, which you can. But when you have a relationship that that's not necessarily been going bad, but you've outgrown and you're starting to see some cracks in maybe ideologies or thought processes, it's time for you to roll out. And breaking that relationship or severing that relationship may not always be emotionally easy. Tap in. So I just want you to be aware of that. But I'm also telling you that this next level that you're going into, it requires a severance. It requires a severance. And if you don't, there are going to be grave consequences attached to that. This is like, it's time for you to find yourself. And I feel like this relationship here is absolutely like keeping you from growing. That's why you feel so chaotic. That's why you feel like there is a intuitive block that's going on. It's time for you to look within and make the hard decisions, and figure out whether or not this is truly where you want to stay. Tap into that. Look, it's time to manifest. The fact that all these cards are coming out, like we have sacred service, manifest, support creation, but they're all boxed in by intensity and chaos and grave and searching, like trying to find. Like there is definitely this moment where you are at this threshold and you're just like, enough is enough. I've got to choose me. I've got to move forward. And this big decision, it doesn't just lie with this one moment. It's requiring you to sit down and look 10 steps forwards. Look a year ahead, 5 years ahead. And a lot of times when we are in moments of chaos, when we are in moments of just like having to make these choices, it's hard for us to look 10 steps ahead. It's hard for us to look a year ahead. But God is telling you to sit down and start mapping out what you visualize your life is like with God. Like you don't have to do it by yourself. It's like, what are you desiring? What is your purpose? What do you feel called to do? What are you being summoned by God to do, to perform, to say, to feel, to answer to? And a lot of times when we go towards this path of what does God want from me and how do I answer that call? It is a lonely path. It does detach you from your family, from your friends, from environments that you once felt comfortable in. God is telling you to bust through that door. It's time to get uncomfortable. And when God is telling you it's time to get uncomfortable, then girl, it's time to move. And I feel like, oh, what do you want to pop out here? And I feel like, yes, God is preparing you. God is saying it's time to work. It's time to move. King of Cups. Wow. Not the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So God is telling you not only is it time to move, but God is telling you to emotionally move. I feel like that might be the biggest part for you, divine feminine anointed chosen ones. The biggest part is for you to emotionally move on. You can move out of your environment. You can get a new apartment, buy a new house, go to a new city. You can go to a whole new country. But if you don't emotionally detach from what is holding you back, then you are going to, almost like you never left. Tap in. It's almost like you never left. And that's why God is saying, like, hey, you don't need to be looking over there. You need to be looking within you. You need to be looking at what's going on within you. This is a detachment that needs to happen. And when the King of Wands shows up right next to the King of Cups, then you already know that this message is so divine. Like this is a burning bush. God is talking to you and saying, like, hey, listen, tap in. You've got to go with what, not just what your heart desires, but what God is putting on your heart. And a lot of times when God is putting something on your heart, it's causing you to move out of environments that no longer serve you. And the environment might be okay for you. It might be like comfortable there. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad environment. But as you get uncomfortable, you find that the hostility of that environment emotionally, psychologically, physically becomes so tight that you feel like you can't move, and things start to get chaotic. Things start to get intense. You start to find that the conversations in your relationships don't even like flow anymore. You're going to start to find that you get like the smell is of your city, of your state, of just your house. It's just not the same. God is like, girl, I'm trying to make it as uncomfortable for you as possible, because you need to move. Tap in. It's not always about, look, we're talking about four wands crossing thresholds. It's not always about people going against you. It's not always about people plotting against you. Sometimes God is just calling you to move and to go through that next portal and take the world on. Not necessarily take the world on, but take on your purpose in the world. Because remember, you are in the world, not of the world, especially when you are going with your God given purpose and your God given talents. And see, God is telling you, like, you can either cross through this threshold or you can hold on to old ideologies and old ideas with the Four of Pentacles coming out. So, yeah, this is a huge, huge threshold for you. This is something that's moving so miraculously. This is something that's moving so big for you that it's almost like your God energy. It's almost like your intuition is moving before your mind is, before your heart is. It's almost like you have this deep knowing of what's happening, what's moving, and you just like, okay, but I gotta do this, but I gotta do that. God is going to help you plan the escape, boo. Tap in. God is going to help you plan this escape. And we need to go in and we need to go a little bit deeper and look into why exactly is this movement happening for you. I'm getting my cards together, girl. Like why this movement is happening for you in this way. Because yeah, we could talk about tap in. We could talk about your intuition being off. We could talk about the conversation coming directly from God, but what else is going on? There is a divine law being put into place right now. There's a lot of momentum happening. God is saying, I am not only giving you the right to anchor in your divine legislation, but I'm also telling you, I'm also delegating to you this purpose. God is literally telling you, like, the reason why all of this is happening right now, the reason why I keep giving you divine message after divine message, the reason why it's so intense is because I am giving you I'm delegating to you this divine purpose. You are my earth angel. You are the one that's going to carry this message. And you might not even see that this is something that is necessary right now. You might not even see the big picture, but you feel the big picture. Sometimes we can feel it before we can see it. And I'm telling you that, listen, it's the call. It's the call. God is telling you to look at your calling. And I see that the word war came up, but this is even different because the word war that's coming up in this like root. And like, so I'm looking at the root of what's happening. I'm looking at the root of what's going on. And this is like you being a rebel. This is you being a rebel against the culture that you have been sitting in for a long time. The culture of the old you, the culture of what excited you before. All of that is about to be removed. It is almost like God is implanting in you like a monk mode season. So some of y'all might actually be feeling like that you need to just go deep into like just meditation or prayer or your rituals, or just remove yourself completely until you make your next move. And when you go against the culture, like when you are the counterculture like this, a lot of people start coming popping their heads out. Sometimes you got to pop out and show people, but also when you retreat in a way that is huh, not self-serving, but really meditative so that you can understand the next power play. When you get like that, oh my gosh, girl, people be searching for that. Where you go? Where you go? And then when they finally tap in with you, girl, oh my gosh, look, when they finally tap into you, what I say, earth, land, grounded. This is wow, extraterrestrial. This is wow, territory. So when you start to move in this way and people don't see you, they want to know what's going on. What's going on is that God is telling you that there is a claim that is happening. There's a reclamation that is happening for you. And you already knew that this day was coming. You just didn't know it was going to be this day. When we often get these enlightenment moments, it often comes when we are like so comfortable, where we work so hard to find our way there and get this job and get this car. And like God really just be like, girl, you grooving. You got it. You know what's going on. Bam. Here go your purpose. Now follow in the footsteps because you can't ignore this call and tap in. How many of y'all know exactly what that feel like, girl? Because I sure enough do. So we got the law of the land. We're going into the root. We're going into what's deep inside, what's making this move. So not only are we talking about the law, the principle, what is ruling this movement, but this is a call, but also understand that this is a call from God, and God wants you to look at what this truly means for you. And it also, God is telling you, like, you need to be the counter culture. You need to be the example. If you lead the way, people will follow. I tell my sister all the time, like I give my sister her flowers all the time, because you got to understand, when people see the example that leads to success, inner success, as well as outward success that the world can see, it does something to your soul, because God is telling you, you are meant to be a leader when you lead yourself in your purpose with God. Tap in. And God is saying, like, yo, this is yours to take. This is your purpose. Can't nobody else claim this. Oh my gosh. Tap in, tap in, tap in. What else do we have going on here? You have the qualities. You have the qualities. This is rare. You are rare. You are understanding that no matter which way you go, you're always going to have these particular qualities. Not just qualities, but this is what qualifies you to walk in this purpose. This is what qualifies you to teach. This is what qualifies you to lead. This is what qualifies you to go deeper. This is what qualifies you above anybody else. It's not just because you have the education. It's not just because you worked for a very long time. It's because God instilled before you were even born onto this planet Earth that you have this divine purpose, and is now calling you to get there. You've gone through the spiritual warfare. You've gone through the misunderstanding. I know it's always felt like you walked in a lane by yourself, even when you have the greatest friends, even if you have a good support system. It's almost like, yeah, I have that, but y'all don't really understand what I'm going through. Tap into that. And I feel like even with that, even with you knowing that, you still might feel a little bit iffy. So let's go a little bit deeper, okay? Because I'm pulling out what the message truly is. And the message is, oh my gosh, it is written. It is written. There's in no limit of time. In no limit of time. I'm talking about there is no limit to how you express this God-given talent. I feel like some of y'all are literally teachers. Some of y'all are book writers. Some of you guys are actually thinking about doing public speaking. Public speaking has been coming up a lot. Listen, God willing, tap in. A lot of y'all are thinking about maybe transcribing or describing or understanding something a lot deeper, or writing an instructional manual to teach others. And y'all feel that calling. Y'all been thinking about it. Y'all been sitting there. Y'all been really thinking about it, but you ain't really tap into it, tap in. Okay, God is saying the time is now. God is saying, listen, do not go against the grain. God is saying it's no longer being heavy for you. Stop going against it. Stop going against the word of what God is putting in your heart. This is not the time to do that. The heaviness has been removed, but first you got to make the decision. Heaviness in reverse, which means your gift, your talent, this is lightweight work. This is lightweight, something that comes so easy to you, something that is just like, oh yeah, I could do this, I got this, something that is just like that, where people are always complimenting you, telling you like, girl, you can really do this. This is a gift, this is a talent that you have, something like that. You have been second guessing yourself. You have not been believing that this is truly your gift. You are essentially suffering from imposter syndrome. And I'm telling you straight up, the time is now. The time is now for you to face that portal, to face that fear, to face that wall, to face that door, to go through that threshold. It's okay. I always preach this. It's okay to take action that doesn't always seem like it's perfect. Perfectionism is a dead end. But what is not a dead end is if you take that action, if you take your message, if you take your talents and you put it out there and then you can fix it later. Tap in, tap in. One of my coaches calls it taking messy action. Tap into that. Taking messy action is absolutely imperative. Look, I believe, I trust. This is not me. This is not me telling you I believe you, but I do. But I want you to tell you that you believe you. Tap in. Oh my gosh. Okay. Look, X is in reverse. So this is not something that is out of the norm for you. This is not something that is out of the realm of possibility for you. X is in reverse, which means we are now pro. We are now in. We are now going forward too. You are credible. You have a credence to you, and nobody can discredit this beautiful talent that you have. Post is in reverse, but act or process of is right side up. So listen, this is not an afterthought. This is something that's currently happening for you. This is current movement for you. And God is telling you, like, now is the absolute positive moment for you to tap in. Oh my gosh, what other God messages do you have? Look, divine wisdom popping out. So, like I said before, now that we understand where we are, now that we understand the root of where this energy is coming from, which is nothing but God led, telling you to step into your purpose unapologetically, because this is divine wisdom given to you. Oh my gosh, tap in. Oh, I love this message. I love this message. Oh my gosh, the magician saying not only do you have the tools, but you know what to do with them. It's one thing, listen, it's so many people on the face of this planet that actually have the tools to succeed. Whether or not they use the tools is a whole nother thing. Many people, you've seen people like this that got it, that understand, that know what to do, and they refuse to use the tools that they have in front of them all the time. Tap in. And I just be sitting there like, if you only knew what the world could do with your gifts and your talents. And yet some people lack the foresight, they lack the ambition. They lack it. You know what to do with these tools. You know what to do. Now it's all about getting out of the old you. Now it's all about understanding who you truly are. So, a lot of this, what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? A lot of this pushback or a lot of apprehension, that's the word, tap in. Thank you, God. A lot of this apprehension that you're feeling is truly coming from the fact that you don't feel like you're worthy. But that's not really your thoughts. Let me tell you something. When you feel inadequate, when you feel like you're not enough, that don't come from you. That's somebody else's thought. That ain't nothing but the devil trying to infiltrate your true God mindset to make you believe that you are not worthy or that you are not prepared to take on your God-given purpose. Let me tell you something right now. Listen, can't nobody tell you that you don't belong in this next level. I keep telling you, this is a portal. This is a threshold that you are crossing into. Like, you think you see the world clearly now, wait until you step into this new purpose. There's going to be an unlocking of divine information and knowledge that you didn't even know existed. Tap in. You're going to be letting go of a whole lot of things. I'm telling you, Ace of Wands tapping into the board. And guess what? I love that the Ace of Wands came in because the King of Wands came in earlier. So understanding that not only have you reached a pinnacle in this part of your life right now, that's why you feel so tight. That's why you feel so like, I gotta move somewhere. I gotta do something. It's now time for you to go into this new era. It's now time for you to step into your true purpose. I've been saying that this whole time, and now God is just like, girl, keep giving them the confirmation, keep giving them the affirmation. So we go from high priestess to Ace of Wands to now to the Empress. Now, let me tell you how this truly goes. Let me tell you what divine is truly saying right now. Let me tell you the God-led message is happening right now. Because when you go from high priestess, you're going up from your prayers, you're going up from your journaling, you're going up from from your rituals, right? Like you're putting things into the spiritual realm and you're like, okay, I know it's going to work. I know I'm asking for it. I know I got to do it, but I don't see it in the 3D yet, right? A lot of times we don't see it happening in the 3D until boom, it gets us right in the forehead. And so the Ace of Wands is saying when you cross into this threshold, that's when you're going to start seeing the results. And the Empress is birthing in this new era of you. I'm talking about money. I'm always going to talk about money because money is beautiful, but I'm also talking about peace of mind. I'm also talking about a better community. I'm also talking about believing in your powers and understanding that you walking in your divine purpose is not for anybody else. It is only for you. Tap in. Oh my gosh, the Empress coming through with the Five of Pentacles, leaving behind what no longer serves you and walking into what I say, more money, more time, more understanding, more peace of mind, right? A lot of people completely miss that part of the peace. They want the money, yes, but their heart is not, it's not solid. Their mindset, their mind is not, it doesn't find peace. It doesn't find quiet. It doesn't find opportunity. It doesn't expand to learn more. It doesn't look at compassion the same way. It doesn't look at expression the same way. It doesn't look at creativity and creation the same way. Their mindset is still stuck in what they were dealing with before, which means they really didn't cross that threshold. They just wanted more money. You want to elevate. You want to expand. And that's why the Five of Pentacles is like, girl, move forward, move on. Divine feminine, anointed chosen ones, let me tell you something. You never, ever have to stay stuck. And when God calls you, when God is telling you, like, hey, you are now in your anointing era, your anointed era, and I'm telling you to move forward with your gifts, with your purpose, with your word, you do it in my name, you do it for my name, and you do it because it is a divine assignment that I gave you. Tap in. Three of Cups. So listen, I'm telling you, the trace spirit, you do it in the name of. And then the abundance comes to you. Tap in with this, that Three of Cups coming through. Oh my gosh. The blessings, the love, the care, but never forget that this Eight of Pentacles is telling you, you got to put in the work. A lot of people miss that part. A lot of people want to go to sleep and then wake up in the morning and be like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm done. No, you're never done. The work is always going to be there. Let me tell you something else. When you cross into this threshold, oh my gosh, tap in. This is not just going to be about what you can buy. It's going to be about the quality of what you buy. And the exchange of energy does not always deal with money, okay? This is a frequency exchange. This is an energy exchange. So when we're talking about what the payment is, you want nothing but the highest quality. That means the highest quality of people in your life. That means the highest quality of clothing. I didn't say name brand. I didn't say expensive. I said quality clothing. I said quality living. I said quality food, peace of mind. That is what you will be stepping into. It don't have always nothing to do with what you can buy. Yeah, we want the dubs. Yeah, we want to be riding on chrome, whatever the kids talking about these days. Sure, but when we talking about investment in the quality of life, oh, that's talking different level. A lot of people don't understand that language. A lot of people don't even want to talk about what quality of life looks like. That you have to actually put in money and understanding and time and effort in order to get quality. And a lot of people walking around here with pockets full of cash and still buying trash. Tap in. Ooh, woo, woo, wee. Oh man, King of Pentacles coming through, always telling the truth. You know, the King of Pentacles, I have read somewhere that the King of Pentacles is like the old school classic big body Benz. And I said, oh, I like that. You already know it's only a certain type of person that bought those type of Mercedes Benzes from back in the 80s and the 90s that still ride clean today. Tap in, tap in. Woo wee. Oh my gosh, Spirit, what else do you have? God, what else do you have for us? Look, the Eight of Pentacles Eight of Pentacles coming out again. Again, God is telling you this is not something that's going to be easily given to you. You have to understand the work. You have to understand the message. But this time coming around, God is saying you know what you have to do. You know what is meant for you. You know what it's like when you are off your beaten path. You know what it's like when somebody comes in and tries to take you out of your purpose, right? So this Eight of Pentacles feels different because now you're really solid into your message. Now you're really solid into your purpose. And the only thing that's going to take you off is a slick ass devil with a slick ass tongue, girl. Okay. And I'm telling you right now, if you stay in your prayers, if you stay in your journaling, if you stay in your rituals, if you stay in your conviction, if you stay in your purpose, you're going to be able to see the devil coming a mile away. And sometimes it's actually quite comical because you're like, girl, you ain't learned those two tricks. I see you didn't cross into the threshold, tap in. Okay? They say new levels, new devils. Girl, the devil be the same. The devil be the same, tricks the same, liar. Look, Ace of Pentacles coming through with the Emperor. So we talking about building for real, for real. The Emperor takes what check it. The Empress on the board. The Empress is saying, I am nurturing this. I'm nurturing this idea. I'm building this notion. I'm building this energy. I'm creating a safe environment. I'm creating this place where I can baby my baby peacefully. And the Emperor is coming through and saying, once you baby that baby and your business or your schooling or this opportunity knows that you love it and that you're in it 1000%, now it's time to build it, to make it a reality, to let it grow up, to let it go through the lessons, to understand where we're going. And the Ace of Pentacles is just riding next to the Emperor, telling it like, yes, this is the manifestation of everything that you worked hard for. Oh my gosh, champion. Woo-wee, Three of Cups showing his head once more. And look, the Hermit coming out. So like I said earlier, some of y'all might feel called to retreat, to go deeper inside of your meditations, of your prayers, of your rituals, of stepping into. Some of y'all might feel called deeper to go into that. And now I feel like, now that you understand what's happening, why you feel like your intuition is off, why you felt like you was in the middle of chaos, why you felt like you couldn't quite call what was going on, now you're ready to step out. Now you are ready to step out. The Hermit isn't just about retreating. The Hermit is also about being able to peek your head out and be like, okay, I see the scene. I understand what needs to be done. I understand what needs to happen. Let me take one step forward. Boom. That's all God has asked you to do. Take one step forward. Sometimes all it takes is a leap of faith. I know all about leap of faith, okay? I know all about taking the leap and falling flat on your face, okay? I also know about taking the leap and then you land and you like, oh, okay. All right, I landed. Sometimes you got to stay in that spot for a month or 2 months or a year. Tap in, okay? How many people know about taking that leap of faith? Sometimes you just got to stay there. Sometimes you're stuck, but you took that leap of faith. That's crossing through that threshold. Tap into that. My God, just had a flashback about taking those leaps of faith. Oh my gosh, I love this Emperor and this Ace of Pentacles that came out. God, what other messages you have for us? Lead us into the closing. Lead us into the closing of this message. My goodness, with the Nine of Swords in reverse, just falling out. So all of this heaviness, all of this chaos that you were feeling, all of this intense energy that you were feeling, now that you understand that this is God calling you into your divine purpose, now that you understand, look, we got paid, this is the Seven of Swords. So now that God is telling you, like, yo, it's time for you to move, and you're moving. It takes one step to just let God know that you not only heard the divine message, but you are stepping into your purpose. Everything don't have to happen overnight, but once you show God that you are ready and you are down for this journey, the stress of the old starts to fall away. What you felt was chaotic, it starts to melt away. And I love that for you. With the Seven of Swords on the bottom, it is literally telling you, remove it, take it away. It is a dual player game almost. God is removing what is spiritually upsetting you, and you are removing what is physically, emotionally stressing you out. Oh my gosh, tap in. Woo wee. Mm. What else, God? What else? What else? What else? Before we dip out of this God-led message. Oh my gosh. That Nine of Swords coming out in reverse is like top, top dollar. Look, Page of Pentacles. I'm telling you, this is just you. This is really you reaching the heights that you need to go. And yes, this journey, this section of life might feel a bit new for you, but you are, what they say, you not new to this, you true to this. Just because this section of life feels new does not mean that you are stuck or you are without the tools that you need. That's why the magician came out. As soon, here you go, boom. Magician came out next to what? Divine wisdom. Tap into that. Oh my gosh. Oh, this message is quite beautiful. Oh my goodness. God, please just give us a few more words before we dip up out of here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. God, just give us one more message. Look, King of Pentacles coming out with the Nine of Cups. So there's a lot of fulfillment happening here. You are committed to this. The King of Pentacles came out twice. The commitment, the courage, the courage. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to taking a leap of faith, the courage is like completely next level. The courage, like, you just gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe that one of the lines that I always hear in the church is like, God's got it. And I'm like, girl, sometimes God got it, but sometimes, girl, you just gotta, God got it, but you gotta give something for God to got. You gotta take a chance on yourself. God got you, but you gotta have something to get. Okay? The Seven of Pentacles coming out with the Ace of Wands coming out again. Wow, a lot of aces on the board, a lot of kings. So a lot of thresholds being crossed right now. And this Ace of Wands coming out and saying creative force when we had creation at the very beginning. So that was always the purpose. That was always a part of the plan, is to get you back into your God-given creating talents. I love this for you with confidence. And then the Seven of Pentacles is saying, listen, you had options. You could either take the road that everybody else is taking, or you could take the road less traveled. And I love that for you. I love that you have decided. You said, today is the day that I am going to take the road that is meant for me. Tap into that. My God, I love this message. Ooh, wee. A few more words before we get up out of here. Tap in, tap in. Oh, I love this message. I love this message. Oh, close this out. Close this out, Spirit. Close this out, God. Revealing your true self and make time for self-care. Yes, I never want to forget that self-care is imperative. And self-care is not always, washing your face with expensive products and going to the spa. That's not always what self-care is. Self-care is recognizing that you get to walk or should walk in your God-given purpose and honor that. So seeing, revealing your true self as you allow others to know the real you, and others will know the real you as you start making these moves. Speaking of which, this message is definitely on my heart and it was downloaded. Thank you, God, for giving me this message. You don't always lose friends in these journeys. Sometimes the friends that you thought were far away will become closer. Sometimes you actually find that the people that you thought understood you the least will start to understand you more because they have gone through their threshold. So you might leave a lot of people behind, but you might be able to bring one or two people along in this journey. And not to mention that you'll actually meet people along the way. Tap into that. So you'll feel loved for who you truly are. You won't feel like you have to hide. And you know what? The real ones going to understand. Those that have been through these journeys multiple times, they are going to definitely understand that you are also going through your own journey. Tap in. Not everybody else is just completely oblivious. You'll find one, maybe two, that understands this new life of yours. So don't forget to increase your support. Tap in, and support came out literally at the beginning. Like you felt like your intuition, you felt like there was something being blocked off from you, but you still had support. You still felt like you could create, but it was in the middle of chaos. Now God is saying, like, hey, let me put people in your life that do support you, that do love you. And I love that for you. Oh my God. One more for me. Deep emotional healing. Deep emotional healing. And I feel like that's what this threshold is literally doing for you. This is giving you deep emotional understanding. And that's what the high priestess and the empress does for you as well. It unlocks this level of understanding how you got to this emotional state, why you are here, and what you can do to start healing. Tap in. Tap in. Oh my goodness. This was a divine message. I loved every bit of it. Thank you so much. My name is Cass Young Frown. I am a master coach and an intuitive transformational speaker. I use tarot and cards to truly hone in on the divine God-led message that was meant for you. If you want to book an intuition, repeat. If you want to book an intuitive tarot session, go to cassyoung.com. If you are looking for more in-depth one-on-one support, go to cassyoung.com. And if you are looking to personalize your rituals, go to cassyoung.com and I will create a custom ritual design for you. If you're looking for something to step into your power, go to cassyoung.com and download my free Habitual ritual, which is a ritual for your empowerment, for your self love, and to get you into that threshold. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Team you. Peace.